Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily. My favorite makeup today is this. This is from Becca. This is a Luminous Flush Blush. This is in the shade Camellia. It is this beautiful pink and it's sort of like shimmery and awesome, and I just have really been enjoying it. I feel like it gives me a really nice glow to my cheeks, and I just think that this blush is great. I'm glad I picked one up when it was on sale earlier in the year because these are a little bit pricey, but I really do enjoy the product. And now on to the video. So for today's video, we're going to be continuing with my IMATS haul. So this is all the stuff that I got from the Kat Von D booth. So I went to the International Makeup Artist Trade Show last weekend, and while I was there, like Kat Von D is like the big sponsor for it, so I did attend some of the demos being done by some of the makeup artists, and I also stood in the incredibly long line in order to buy stuff at the booth. So everything at the booth I believe was 30% off if you're just a regular person, as opposed to a makeup artist. I think you get 40% off. I mean, it's possible, I'm not actually sure. I also know that there were some bundles, like the Shade and Light bundle. They bundled some stuff together so you could save like 40%, but you had to buy a certain amount of stuff and spend like over $150, so that was not something I necessarily did. Also, they did have all of the new brow products, so while I was there I picked up at least one of each of them so that I could try them out, and also I was just really curious to see what they looked like. Now, caveat, I had to wait 90 minutes in line in order to buy anything at the Kat Von D booth. It was pretty ridiculous. I read an entire book while I was standing there, but I think it was worth it because I got some stuff that I really wanted to try out, and I also picked up some liquid lipsticks that I had been wanting as well. And bonus, when I went to one of the demos after I sat through the whole thing, I mean I really enjoyed it actually. One of the makeup artists that did it was one of Kat Von D's, and they actually gave out a hydrating primer as well, so I have a full size of that too, which I'm not going to show today, but that was exciting to get that also. So before I get to the brow products, I just want to talk about what I did pick up. I actually picked up two Everlasting liquid lipsticks. I picked up the shade Malice, which is a really interesting like reddish orange, and then I picked up Miss Argentina, which is based off the character in the movie Beetlejuice, the beauty queen who on the other side is dead, working like in all the bureaucracy. So this is the lipstick color that she is wearing. These are both really beautiful, and I really wanted them when they came out, but these lipsticks are kind of expensive, so I don't always buy them unless they're on sale. So because this was 30% off, I did pick up two other shades that I don't have that sort of fills a need in the collection that I didn't already have. And now on to the brow products. So first up, we're going to take a look at this. This is the Signature Brow Precision Pencil. This I picked up in the shade Light Brown. They actually color matched me while I was waiting in the interminably long line. This reminded me in terms of the pencil itself, it looks a lot like an Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, but after she drew it on my brows, they looked really nice actually. So this is what the packaging looks like, and also you've got the spoolie on one end, and the color is right here. I appreciate in making this package that she put the color down here so that you know which end is actually the pencil. This is a problem with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. I never know which end is the spoolie. I usually just guess, and I'm usually wrong. So I appreciated that. It makes it a lot easier to actually read which way this is supposed to go. So something to note about the tip of this, it's actually sort of like a little wedge as opposed to like a pencil. So you're supposed to be able to draw down and make the lines on your brows that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this on one side of my face, and then I'll show one of the other brow products on the other. So on this eyebrow, I'm going to use this pencil, and let's get started. I think the biggest thing for me was the shape of this pencil tended to work a lot better for me than the Anastasia Beverly Hills. I found this was just easier to make the lines. I mean, you know, that could just be me, but I just sort of felt like it was a lot quicker and easier to make my brows look good with this pencil, whereas I sort of felt like with the Brow Wiz, I didn't know what I was doing, and it showed. Like, automatically my brow is like 10 times better already, and I've barely done anything to it. Also, because the stick is a little bit thicker, it's a lot harder to break it, whereas I found I have broken off the Brow Wiz, and that's very frustrating. And this actually retails for $20. I'll compare on the screen so you can see how much the Brow Wiz is going to cost you. So this is the brow that's not done, and this is the brow that is. Honestly, if I had known it would be this easy to make my brows look really good, I would have bought one of these earlier. I mean, obviously I got them as soon as you possibly could. I'm actually going to start doing my brows a bit because I really like this pencil. It's so much easier to use. I do think this is a better shade match than what I was using in the Anastasia Beverly Hills, but at the same time, I found that when I went darker for that one, they didn't really have a color that was the right one for me. So for me, automatically, this product is better as far as I'm concerned. Next up, we're going to take a look at the Brow Struck Dimension Powder. So this is basically like a little shimmery brown eyeshadow. The packaging on this is adorable. Look at that. Just look at that. It's so cute. And it comes with a tiny mirror. You get a tiny mirror with it and everything. The brow stroke powder is also $20, and they also sell a fancy brush for you to do with it. I did not purchase the brush. I didn't think I was going to need it. It looks a lot, I know it's not the same, it looks a lot as like an angled eyeshadow brush. I'm sure it's not quite as good because it's got like little cutouts in the brush itself. I accept that I will not have perfect brows with my brow stroke powder, but I figured I would try this out with some regular brushes first, and then if I found I really needed it, I would pick it up then. Despite the fact that there's a little bit of shimmer in this powder, I don't think it makes your brows look glittery per se. I think it just sort of like gives them some dimension, which I think is like their whole thing that they're saying it does. So I would agree with that. I do like this brow powder as I've been trying it out. I don't like it as much as the pencil, I'll be perfectly honest. I think the pencil for me personally is easier to use, but I totally get the appeal of this. Like, I also think this is a very nice brow for me. This is also in the shade light brown. Like, I think this is pretty, and it's a little bit, it's a little less harsh, I would say, than the Precision pencil. So it's not that I won't use it. It probably would not be my first choice when I'm doing my brows, but I do think it's a very nice product. And if you're into that kind of thing, I mean, honestly, look how cute this is. It's just adorable. And if nothing else, I'll use this as an eyeshadow because it's super pretty. The other thing about this, it's supposed to be waterproof and smudge resistant for up to 12 hours. So I'm really feeling my brows right now, and now let's add on to that. I picked up 2 of the 24-hour Super Brows. I picked up the shade Lemmy Green and the shade Roxy Purple. I think since I'm doing a purple eyeshadow today, we're gonna play with the Roxy Purple. I haven't played with this yet, so I am very excited, but I watched a demo of it. It just looks really cool. And this is what the packaging looks like. All of the lids are color coded depending on what shade you got. It's in a little glass jar, and the product looks like this. They also sell brushes for this as well, but I'll be using a brush that I already have. This pomade retails for $19 a piece. While I was watching the demo on this, they suggested taking the product and putting it on the back of your hand or on, you know, like a palette for yourself, and then closing the lid because you don't want this to dry out. And I would agree, this is a lot of product, and you really would not want this to dry out. It would make you very, very sad. It was also said if you want to put this stuff on, you need to put it on relatively quickly because it's going to dry in about a minute, and it's going to stay. It's going to stay for 24 hours until you remove it with an oil-based makeup remover. They were suggesting coconut oil, and that's just not something I have particularly tried, but I'm happy to put it on my list of things to buy. So that's what my brow looks like with the purple pomade. I've just done 1 layer. I'm just gonna do 1 layer on the other side. You can go as ham on this as you want to, and I think it'll look really cool. I just enjoyed it, and I find it really easy to use. So here's my feeling on this brow pomade. If you have interesting colored hair, you might really enjoy this because that way you can match your brows to your actual hair. Or if you just want to use it for fun, like I am enjoying having purple brows, but I know this is not for everybody. They do have the regular colors as well. So if a pomade is something that you want and you want it to be 24 hours and not come off, you might want to pick it up in a normal color, or, you know, a color found in nature for people's hair as opposed to one that is created in a laboratory. But for me personally, I'm enjoying my purple brows. I'm not sorry I picked it up. I know that I will definitely use it for costuming, but I will also use it for regular life because I think this just sort of like adds a little bit. It's not super obvious because I don't put a ton of it on that I have bright purple brows. They're just sort of subtly purple brows, and I'm always in favor of some subtle color additions to my face. Anyway, so there you have it. I'm enjoying all of the brow products from Kat Von D, so I think that they were winners for me. I'm also glad that I got them on sale, but I definitely think that they're worth picking up. I think that the Signature Brow Pencil is a game changer for me in terms of getting my brows done. The dimensional powder is also very nice. It's just probably not my preferred way. And for a fun night out, I think these are great too. And they also suggested there's other ways you can use this. You could use it as an eyeshadow or a liner if your eyes are not sensitive. It's not, you know, designed for that necessarily, but, you know, they were saying it's something that people do, or that you could use them on your lips as well. I would try them out to see how that feels first. You know, your mileage may vary. Be careful with anything. Check to see if there's anything you might have sensitivities to before you use them in an off-brand kind of way. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content on this channel, please subscribe. If you've got a suggestion for a video you'd like to see me do, you can put that in the comments down below. I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I will see you soon. Bye!